Hey there everyone, welcome back to the channel. Archipelago is a community project that allows you to connect multiple games to make it into a sort of puzzle of sorts, where different items can be found in other games, and you have to find items to unlock other items to progress. It can be a little hard to fully explain, but you'll understand once you see it. I'm gonna warn everyone now, audio is inconsistent. I'm still figuring all this out. Yo, this might be one of the most insane things I've ever done. I have 6 games all connected. Will I be able to do this? I don't know. It's nearly 11 p.m. My goal is to finish this tonight, though I don't know how that will go. The goal is simple. I want to try to beat this randomizer before morning, but that did not go so well. Today I have 6 games all connected. The games I have connected are Terraria, Luigi's Mansion, Mario 64, Inscription, Celeste 64, and Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria Simulator. Now throughout this run, I'm going to mention that I collect stars or strawberries, but you need to remember, collecting a star doesn't always give me a star. In fact, it most of the time doesn't. Even in something like Terraria. Just because I defeat Skeletron does not unlock the dungeon. I need to unlock post-Skeletron from something else. So just keep this in mind as we move forward. I plan my early route by starting with Terraria to get enough gear so I can leave it idle so that I can farm some gear while I play other games. Specifically, I'm going to be making a little pyramid trap to kill the Eaters of Worlds, which have a small chance of dropping Ancient Shadow Armor, which is very strong for early game. Along with the Archipelago Randomizer, I also have a few mods to help speed up progression, but we'll get into those later. The goal for Terraria is to just beat the 3 mech bosses, so it should be doable, right? Terraria starts off pretty simple. I speed build a few houses before moving to the sides of my world to see if I can find any chests. What I want really early on is just some quick gear so that I can start moving down. After reaching the snow biome to the right, and coming across something a little strange, I am closing Discord. I'm not dealing with that the entire flippin'. Wait, Discord's closed. What? What do you mean it's making noise? I make my way to the Corruption, which I decided over Crimson because I'm just better at it. After buying an anvil from the merchant who just moved in, and using my iron to create an iron bucket, I start making my way down, looking for lava. In the process of all this, I got another weird sound. I was about to take fall damage. What? Who messaged me? But when I went to look, there was no message. Like I mentioned, along with the Archipelago Randomizer, I have a few other mods to help speed up the process. Those include one that I hadn't tried before, but it seemed like it did something, so I wanted to give it a shot. QOLDEP. Turns out this mod is not what it seems, and if I simply read the spoiler text at the bottom, I would have realized. What this likes to do is, instead of actually improving game performance or improving any sort of quality of life, it plays random sound effects, and every once in a while will show Kratos Rojo or Kratos Verde, and I had no idea. But honestly, kinda hilarious. Continuing down, I decided to check my usage for my CPU because I had 6 games along with the Archipelago running all at once, and also my recording software. So I was a little curious. Yeah, flipping nearly 90% usage. This thing is gonna... So Terraria's taking most of it right now. So Inscription is taking how much memory? Brother, I need to flipping... Turns out it was nearly maxing out. Finally reaching the bottom of hell, I collect my lava and make my way to the Corruption in order to make my little farm. After nearly an hour of playing through Terraria, I finally get my farm ready and I move on to the next game I want to look at, Celeste 64. Now going into the run, I could have turned on a couple settings to make things a bit harder, but considering this was only my second time playing the game, I decided to keep it simple. I moved forward collecting the strawberries pretty easily, and along the way found the dagger for Inscription, which will be very important later. And I can't collect every strawberry that I'm looking for, as the ones I was thinking about are in the mini levels contained within cassettes. And cassettes are another thing that's locked behind some of these checks, so I need to unlock them in order to get those. Noticing I had a few items for Luigi's Mansion, I decided to shift my attention to that. I played through the little bit that I do have unlocked before realizing that I am utterly stuck. and don't get to play Luigi's Mansion for the rest of the night. With that alone, you can probably guess how this is going to go. Leaving Luigi's Mansion behind, I instead focus on Mario 64 and Inscription, knowing that Inscription is pretty slow, so I can play Mario 64 while I'm waiting for it. In Inscription, I set it so that every starting deck is randomized. And in this first run, I had an incredibly strong starting deck, which made making progress very easy. So I won't mention Inscription unless something interesting happens. Now, even though in Mario 64 I only have my basic jump and punch, I can still make quite a bit of progress, but thankfully it doesn't have to last long as I unlock triple jump from a painting puzzle in Inscription. And with this I'm able to collect a ton more stars. And it couldn't have come at a better time too, because it turns out I also don't have the ability to climb, which means collecting this red coin would have been impossible. Thankfully I'm able to collect it, grab the rest of the red coins, and a star. Returning to Inscription, I make my way to the final boss, but sadly I run out of cards and lose to the moon right at the end. After this, I decide that considering it's lagging every other game when I touch it, I'm just going to leave Inscription until I need it. Next, I move to work on the last game of the randomizer. I take care of a few checks while continuing slow progress on Mario 64, until I get to the night section and realize there are 3 animatronics already in the building. Okay, I have to do it all over again. In the meantime, I start the night and we see if I have to deal with any animatromos.
Your restaurant is now officially open. Awesome. That doesn't mean your job is finished,
I have
however.
3? Oh my gosh.
A lot of
okay,
work to
hold
do.
on. I gotta lock in. Okay. I had obtained these animatronics from the other games and I didn't really realize. I locked in and I beat the night. With enough stars to enter the first Bowser fight, I defeat him and collecting the key grants me feathers in Celeste 64. Using this, I quickly collect the few strawberries that this gives me access to. Returning to Terraria once more, my farm has given me 2 of the ancient shadow pieces I was looking for. Along with that, it's also given me a tentacle spike, which is an immediate upgrade to my cactus sword. I also find that I've been given a few more items from the other games, all very good for my point in progression. Now that I have some stronger gear, I return to the corruption and break a shadow orb, which gives me a musket. And then I remember, I'm in classic mode. There are no consequences. So I immediately break a couple more and spawn the Eater of Worlds. With a little rope to get myself out of the cave, I quickly discovered that it's doing little to no damage. So I just defeat it very quickly. This gives me the double dash refill in Celeste 64. My next step in Terraria is to defeat Skeletron, so while I wait for night, I use the new ability in Celeste 64 to collect a few more strawberries. Back in Terraria, night falls and I attempt Skeletron, though it goes pretty terribly. I didn't have an escape route planned, and so I couldn't find my way up to the platform that I had made. Using my magic conch, I go to the side of the world with the jungle, which also hides the shimmer biome. Digging down, I locate it, and along the way, that mod I mentioned had another trick to play. Shimmer. Is that the game doing the knocking? That's terrifying, I've never heard that before. In the jungle, I also decide to take out Queen Bee, which also turns out to be very easy. The Queen Bee fight reminds me once more that classic mode has no consequences. So I plan this time an escape route for Skeletron, and I defeat him on the first real attempt. But with one random achievement that I just happened to get along the way, I now have Kick for Mario 64, which may not sound like much, but is a very useful skill, and will make some difficult movement much easier, which I immediately use to avoid going all the way around the cool mountain, and with a few tricky triple jumps, I'm able to get the wall kicks will work star without any wall kicks. Now that I have a bit more confidence in my movement, I make my way downstairs and collect a few more stars, so once I reach the necessary threshold, I enter Bowser in the Fire Sea. Hopefully, I can get some more progression here. Yes, that's what I was thinking at the time, but it turns out, I was not going to be so lucky. Remember how earlier I mentioned that I don't have the climb ability? Well, to progress forward, I need to climb a pole, which means I'm kinda stuck here. Back to the lobby I go. It's not all bad though, as I still have some more things I can do. In Hazy Maze Cave, I collect a star which gives me ground pounds. Finally, something I can actually use. I immediately go to Womp's Fortress and take care of the King Womp, which gives me side flips. Oh, thank goodness. Playing through Mario 64 without the movement that I'm used to has been very difficult. Having just a little bit more is going to make things easier. Doing a few more stars in Mario 64, I come back to Pizza Sim because if I can complete the salvages, then I can get some more checks, and hopefully something useful. The nights are long and tedious, but I'm pretty okay at the game, so it goes without too many issues.
It's hard to hear when it's going. Which way was that? I think that was the right. Gosh dang it, man. I should have turned off the computer and I should have full blast.
At the end of that, though, I don't have very much to show for it. I play some more Mario before it's about 6 a.m., and I decide to do one last thing before I go to bed. Waiting until night falls, I take out the Eye of Cthulhu, which doesn't give me much, but hey, it's another check. And with that, I was done for the day.
This isn't the end of the story, however. As of the time of recording this, I have beaten 3 of the 6 games, so I'm about halfway through. But I want to get something out, and maybe incentivize you to come back. Because in 2 weeks, I'll be releasing the second part where I complete all of these. And trust me, it's getting a little crazy. So I hope you'll come back for that. So please, like, subscribe, I don't know, comment, do something, share it with your mom, your dad, I guess, I don't know. Just make sure you're back. Thank you for watching, I appreciate it.